The Manhood Tree podcast is an extension of all the Manhood Tree initiatives. It's like an opportunity for us to talk freely about the things that we might discuss in group, that we might learn at the men's health events, that we might talk about in our fatherhood monologues, or even brotherhood yoga. It's a free form interview conversation with men in our community that we discuss manhood stuff. We try to keep it lighthearted, but also very serious because the topics that we're talking about are important. And I think that we are trying to create a platform for men to have serious discussions, good discussions about things that maybe we wouldn't normally talk about. So join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Facebook. And if you'd like to be on the show, send us a message. The Manhood Tree podcast is an extension of all the Manhood Tree initiatives. It's like an opportunity for us to talk freely about the things that we might discuss in group, that we might learn at the men's health events, that we might talk about in our fatherhood monologues, or even brotherhood yoga. It's a free form interview conversation with men in our community that we discuss manhood stuff. We try to keep it lighthearted, but also very serious because the topics that we're talking about are important. And I think that we are trying to create a platform for men to have serious discussions, good discussions about things that maybe we wouldn't normally talk about. So join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Facebook. And if you'd like to be on the show, send us a message. The Manhood Tree podcast is an extension of all the Manhood Tree initiatives. It's like an opportunity for us to talk freely about the things that we might discuss in group, that we might learn at the men's health events, that we might talk about in our fatherhood monologues, or even brotherhood yoga. It's a free form interview conversation with men in our community that we discuss manhood stuff. We try to keep it lighthearted, but also very serious because the topics that we're talking about are important. And I think that we are trying to create a platform for men to have serious discussions, good discussions about things that maybe we wouldn't normally talk about. So join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Facebook. And if you'd like to be on the show, send us a message. The Manhood Tree podcast is an extension of all the Manhood Tree initiatives. It's like an opportunity for us to talk freely about the things that we might discuss in group, that we might learn at the men's health events, that we might talk about in our fatherhood monologues, or even brotherhood yoga. It's a free form interview conversation with men in our community that we discuss manhood stuff. We try to keep it lighthearted, but also very serious because the topics that we're talking about are important. And I think that we are trying to create a platform for men to have serious discussions, good discussions about things that maybe we wouldn't normally talk about. So join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Facebook. And if you'd like to be on the show, send us a message. The Manhood Tree podcast is an extension of all the Manhood Tree initiatives. It's like an opportunity for us to talk freely about the things that we might discuss in group, that we might learn at the men's health events, that we might talk about in our fatherhood monologues, or even brotherhood yoga. It's a free form interview conversation with men in our community that we discuss manhood stuff. We try to keep it lighthearted, but also very serious because the topics that we're talking about are important. And I think that we are trying to create a platform for men to have serious discussions, good discussions about things that maybe we wouldn't normally talk about. So join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Facebook. And if you'd like to be on the show, send us a message. The Manhood Tree Podcast is an extension of all the Manhood Tree initiatives. It's like an opportunity for us to talk freely about the things that we might discuss in group, that we might learn at the men's health events, that we might talk about in our fatherhood monologues, or even brotherhood yoga. It's a free form interview conversation with men in our community that we discuss manhood stuff. We try to keep it lighthearted, but also very serious because the topics that we're talking about are important. And I think that we are trying to create a platform for men to have serious discussions, good discussions about things that maybe we wouldn't normally talk about. So join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Facebook. And if you'd like to be on the show, send us a message. The Manhood Tree Podcast is an extension of all the Manhood Tree initiatives. It's like an opportunity for us to talk freely about the things that we might discuss in group, that we might learn at the men's health events, that we might talk about in our fatherhood monologues, or even brotherhood yoga. It's a free form interview conversation with men in our community that we discuss manhood stuff. We try to keep it lighthearted, but also very serious because the topics that we're talking about are important. And I think that we are trying to create a platform for men to have serious discussions, good discussions about things that maybe we wouldn't normally talk about. So join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Facebook. And if you'd like to be on the show, send us a message. Manhood Tree Podcast is an extension of all the Manhood Tree initiatives. It's like an opportunity for us to talk freely about the things that we might discuss in group, that we might learn at the men's health events, that we might talk about in our fatherhood monologues, or even brotherhood yoga. It's a free form interview conversation with men in our community that we discuss manhood stuff. We try to keep it lighthearted, but also very serious because the topics that we're talking about are important. And I think that we are trying to create a platform for men to have serious discussions, good discussions about things that maybe we wouldn't normally talk about. So join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Facebook. And if you'd like to be on the show, send us a message. Manhood Tree Podcast is an extension of all the Manhood Tree initiatives. It's like an opportunity for us to talk freely about the things that we might discuss in group, that we might learn at the men's health events, that we might talk about in our fatherhood monologues, or even brotherhood yoga. It's a free form interview conversation with men in our community that we discuss manhood stuff. We try to keep it lighthearted, but also very serious because the topics that we're talking about are important. And I think that we are trying to create a platform for men to have serious discussions, good discussions about things that maybe we wouldn't normally talk about. So join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Facebook. And if you'd like to be on the show, send us a message. Oh man, we got to wiggle. Check.
What's going on, people?
Check.
We're getting everything ready here.
So,
Yeah.
turn
Yeah, we're here live.
Tighten it up. Yeah. Nah, yeah.
Now we're live. Excuse me, we're live, party people. What's going on? It's your boy Zoe. They don't believe us. We gotta wait until he sees it on the screen. It takes 30 seconds. But hope everyone had an inspiring week.
So
Hope week
far,
was
it's only
good.
Tuesday.
And yeah, so far Monday, Tuesday. Don't we start
So
Sunday?
far,
Is it
so
Sunday?
good.
Sunday's the last day of the first day.
First day.
Sunday's the last day of the week.
The first day of the week.
All right then. So this is the third day.
It's the third day.
Tomorrow's hump day.
I haven't worked out this week.
All right, listen. I'm not.
Have you worked out? Did you work out?
I have.
All right.
Every day of this week, baby.
Sunday too?
Yeah.
I did walk 4 miles on Sunday.
Oh,
That counts.
Yeah, definitely does. I didn't do that.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Manhood Tree Podcast. My name's Abdul Rahman bin Muhammad, and I'm sitting across from my main man.
Alonzo Lee Beckett.
And over to my left, we have...
Hello, it's Tyrone Bynum, affectionately known as Champ Jones.
So Tyrone, you want Tyrone or Champ? Which one do you want today?
I prefer Champ.
Okay.
Just because my father and I got a sibling, we got the same name, Tyrone. So
Okay.
Champ is the only way I know how to respond to be acknowledged.
All right.
So yeah.
So Champ, you wanted to start us off. You brought in some affirmations.
Yes, sir.
So before we talk a little bit about you, I feel like the best way to start the show is through affirmations. So give us your affirmation. Let's hear it.
All right, cool, man. Thank you. As some may or may not know, I definitely make some intentional engagements through the city in which I create an affirmation sheet for everyone. The community is male, youth, families, and female, but needless to say, one of my target audiences is young boys, young adults, and men. And the affirmations I have, it just remind our brothers, mental health is important.
That's right.
Depression is very real. Gun violence is devastating. Poverty is a struggle. Pressure is heavy.
That's right.
However, we are strong. We are worthy. We are capable. We are loved. We are destined for greatness. And it also reads, my brother, you are loved. You are needed. You are valuable. You are a champion. So that's something that I always want each and every brother to remember on a smaller scale in life. Just remember those key affirmations.
I feel like on a bigger scale and so
Yeah. Overall.
So why did you create this list of affirmations, this flyer that you're handing out to people all over the city?
Needless to say, man, I believe aside from wanting to build relationships with people and build rapport with other men, a piece of it was almost like a mirror reflective of what I know I could have used from another brother or how it felt to hear affirming messages from other men. May I know them or may not know them.
Right.
So it was more so like continuing that bridge of building relationships, but at the same time it felt fulfilling for me to give another brother a reason to smile and feel like one more day, bro. I'm not sure what today looking like, but just let's hold on for one more day.
I like it. You never know when somebody's gonna need something like that.
Oh, man.
It's like one of those things where if you gave me that flyer walking down the street and I read it, it might have been a day changer, a life changer. So I really appreciate you taking the time to create that because, I know that there's a lot of men out here struggling. And see, the thing about struggle is it's not just day by day. It's actually moment by moment.
Oh, man.
And so you catch somebody in the right moment, that could be a whole change for them. So I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So as we get into the show, I like to start off giving you the opportunity to you just a little talk about yourself a little bit to kind of like highlight some of the things you're doing for those that don't know you in the community. And then also anything that's going on that you want to share, I want to give you a few minutes to go ahead and talk to the people.
All right, I appreciate that, bro. Needless to say, for those who don't know, Tyrone Bynum, like I said, affectionately known as Champ Jones. I was born in New Haven. I moved to Oakland, California when I was 1 year old, in which I grew up in East Oakland, California until I was 11, 10, in which we drove to New Haven. We stood for that summer of 99. Then I moved to Hartford in 1999. I've been here since. I went to No Webster Elementary School. I went to Quirk Middle School, graduated from Hartford High. I even went to Capitol for a quick little semester. So needless to say, I grew up in Hartford. It definitely has my heart. And going through a lot of struggles and, trials and tribulations, I just wanted to be a part of the solution that's not always captured or always, documented or always the prettiest, right?
Right.
So just the journey of just finding myself in a city where, it was very challenging, to say the least. But I'm very passionate, intentional, and just grateful for the community that we have that opens doors for individuals like me to be a part of the solution.
I love it. We need more men in our community that are a part of the solution, that are trying to create the solution instead of creating the problems. And so it only takes one or two of us to do it. So I appreciate everything that you're doing. So tonight's topic is, what are you building and who are you building it for? What are you building and who are you building it for? So I'm going to come straight to you. I know you're building something. Every single day you come in here and you work, you do your business. So tell us a little bit about what you are building and who are you building it for?
All right. It's funny you say what you're building. Like me, a lot of stuff I started doing was never. Seems like that now. People think I'm a savant or whatever. But it seemed like it's intentional.
Yes.
A lot of it wasn't intentional.
Right.
It was just like me, just like loving to do something and just keep doing it.
Right.
So through doing that, I have something I've kind of coined, the Hartford Legend series.
Yes.
And I'm just, these 18 and a half square miles, I'm just telling everybody what happened in these 18 and a half square miles while I was alive.
Right.
That which I remember.
Right.
So you had, the undisputed champs, all the welterweights we had here with Marlon Starlin and Iceman Scully and Johnny Duke and all those guys. So I did a doc on that, and then I came back with the You Can't Rock the Pub.
Yes.
The basketball, Marcus Camden, remember that? Number 2 pick in the draft, Kendrick Moore. And then I did Iceman.
Iceman's.
Ice Never Melts.
Yes.
My God.
Same thing, another Hartford guy, Hartford Legend series. So now, and I also just dropped Ounces.
Yes.
Ounces is like a little
It's a great show.
little hood doc. All these are on Tubi and Amazon Prime.
Right.
All representing Hartford, Connecticut. So now, moving forward, I'm working on the You Can't Rock the Pub, 11 on the field. 11 on the field, the whole city on their back. This is the football team from 1994. They also won a championship.
That's right. I hear about that.
Right, so now they won that, so I'm doing the doc, and that's
Shout out
released.
to the pub, man.
Shout out to the pub.
Make you proud. You feeling proud right now, huh?
2006 graduate from the
You know
pub.
me? So on June 20th, I'll do something at the Lyceum. We'll do a release party at the Lyceum, 237 Lawrence Street in Hartford.
Right.
6 to 9, red carpet, swag bags, movie premiere, all that. So actually, it's a blue and white affair. So,
Blue and white.
so it's blue and white. You wear the colors, and then I have in August we have the Hot 937 doc, 25 years loud.
Yes.
As you know, March 16th, marked 25 years they've been here in Connecticut. First commercial radio station. That's working on it. And then in October, we want to finish it with the Duke of Bellevue, Johnny Duke, who kind of got everybody boxing in the Bellevue.
So this year is your most productive year for these docs. You never done 3 in a year.
Did 3 last year.
You did 3 last year?
No, I didn't do
You didn't
3.
do 3
I
last
had
year.
3.
Yeah.
'Cause I already
No,
had
but
them
this
done.
year you're doing
Yes.
3 docs this year.
Right.
And so that's a pretty big jump in your production of doing the docs. So let me ask you this.
Getting busy.
But who are you doing this for? Who are you building this documentary series for?
So at first I was doing it, like I said before, like this is my city, it's my city. So now when I look at, all right, so I've done the Undisputed Champs, the boxing guys, and it turns out the boxing guys, my wife, her cousin, Earl. What's Earl? Lefty Earl, but Earl ended up passing away.
Okay.
All right, boxing is a lefty, southpaw,
Yeah.
very good.
Right.
And he ended up boxing. He ended up dying tragically, gun violence, right? But he was like a hero in the hood. No one knows about him.
Yes.
So once I would hear those stories, I'm like, once I did the docs like about Hartford, like everyone knows Moochie and all that. I started thinking about the stories that people don't know about,
It's okay.
right? Like
Yeah.
like the Earls.
Yeah.
Or so now. It's more like I'm trying to the Hartford High, the football doc is now my cousin Beanie or Derek. I used to think he was amazing when we were young.
Yes.
I played basketball, he played football. He was everything. So,
Right.
and I always thought like he should have made it, but he didn't. So now this is a chance for like everyone to know how great he was and the people around him was, because we all thought him and other people on the team were gone.
Right.
But time goes by and you kind of forget like, oh, you thought they were all going to NFL.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you about a time
Right.
when they were the talk of the town and everybody supported them, just like maybe the kids here are now. And things can change.
Right.
So like this is made for like the youth.
Yes.
People, I'm going to put it in the Hartford High, their Hall of Fame. So hopefully during summer class, when school's early out, instead of playing some random movie,
They'll play that.
They can play these docs.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
And you can see these guys that they went to your school. I don't know if they know, like Marlon Starlin went to Hartford High.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Right, he went to
You're
Hartford
learning history as you go
as
along
I go,
too, right? Yeah.
And it's the second oldest high school in
In the nation.
In the
but
nation.
it's really the oldest because the other one is not a high school anymore. It's like
Right.
a museum. And it's
So
still
Hartford High still exists. It's still pumping.
right, and people don't understand that. This is 18 and a half square miles of all these great people that are doing crazy things in the world.
Amazing.
But you think that, I got to get out of here.
Right.
I got to go somewhere else.
Right.
So that's my whole thing is like, you don't have to go anywhere.
You could do it from
You do
here.
it from right here. If you have it in you, you have it in you. We got no idea. Has nothing to do with those things around you. Think that are because those people that had those same situations, they found something else in them to
Right.
get out of the situation. This is a great place to find hunger and drive.
That's right.
So,
Oh, that's very exciting, man.
dope.
That's very exciting.
You mind if I
yeah.
You mind if I just give well, both of y'all?
Yeah.
Thank you again for inviting me and having me. You guys been great brothers since I've been in here. But I definitely want to give to his face, my man Zoe, his props, man. I'm a definitely a historian. I love documentaries. I'm a creator myself, and a lot of Zoe work is very monumental. It's inspiring. It's necessary.
That's right.
And it sparks. Like I said, as a creator myself, sometimes we need to look at a lens of embracing other skill sets to want to get better ourselves and not from a competitive landscape or feeling like there's only one camera in the city of Hartford, right? So I definitely want to give bro his because I know that the hours it take to edit, the hours to record, to meet people on their time, make availability, those things sometimes get overlooked when the final product is so perfect, right? That it's the hours and the time that doesn't really get to be valued and discussed. So from me to you, bro, I definitely tip my hat to you.
Appreciate you,
and everything
bro.
you do in the city is definitely tuned in.
I love it. So, Champ, what about you? What are you building? You're a little bit younger than us. You said you graduated from high school, and what are you building?
First, man, to be completely fair and honest, I'm trying to build a new, healthier lifestyle for myself.
Okay.
To continue to try to be a great example, not only
Like
for
I
my
got you,
children.
bro. I'm plant-based guy, man. 20 years, baby. I got you. Let talk to me. Bro.
Should do a doc on that.
But
Wait, real quick. At the AC, see how Ed? That's why Ed had the shout out to Ed. I appreciate the curry chickpeas for your boy. Because I was like, I can't eat none of this. He had the curry chickpeas.
Just on the side for you, man.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But even with that, man, even with the food, just overall health and wellness, not necessarily on my own terms, because I figured out that on my own terms I'm gonna be stuck, which is not a bad thing. I'm a very reflective individual, so I'm at a place now where I want to build a healthier version of myself that I haven't met before, right?
Okay.
Aside from that, like I mentioned earlier, I'm also a videographer in so many ways of the word. I definitely go around the communities, interviewing individuals about their experiences in Hartford or in life in general. And in so many ways, Zoe made a comment when he said about this is not a city where you can't make it out, you can make it out. It's people that have, those struggles, those barriers.
Right.
I interview people about those barriers. I speak to them about past traumas, community norms that play a reason why we can't get over a certain hump. Not saying we don't want to.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest part about how I like to engage, because I'm coming from a place of, I know we don't want to be here struggling. I know we don't want these labels. I know that we don't. So I'm not even speaking to that part, but from what we've known, what we've been educated, what we've been handed down, how are we still making sense of things, even if it's not serving us?
Right.
And to continue, I actually just completed, I got to get it published, but a book called The Social Determinants of Hartford.
Nice.
Urban Stories and Photos. The photos I took myself of my camera. And the book is using the framework of the social determinants of health, which is education, economic, healthcare, social contacts, all of that.
I love it.
And I'm sharing personal stories and experiences of my own neighbors, family members, community residents that I've seen and experienced in the city of Hartford, and how each of those domains in so many ways shaped who we are to this day. Some of us was able to make relatively well, and some of us had some struggles. But what I know from those individuals that I grew up with, and I've known, and I've been in their homes, and I met their parents, they didn't ask to get to where they at right now. And in a sense, right? And I think that's the challenge that has to be documented and show like these domains have clear consequences, positive and challenging, on our direct health, behavior, thinking, and etc. And like Zoe mentioned, I work for a nonprofit in the North End, so I'm very excited and proud to be a part of that organization, Hartford Communities That Care, which is led by great, prominent individuals that's been doing this work since you brought up the square and all that, since the brother Carl's and Mr. Andrew Woods. Like,
I used to work at Hartford Communities of Care.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, a long time. Well, shout out to Andrew. Yeah.
Shout out
why
to
not?
Andrew.
Yeah, I'm just fortunate.
So back to the book, though. I want to just jump in on the book. So when is it coming out?
Honestly, brother, I'm gonna be so transparent. It's done. It's typed. I just don't know the next step, and this would be a part.
He's the guy for it. He know how to get
There's tons of people who can take.
he know how to do. Yeah.
I'm happy that this door that you're opening is
Right.
clear in real time. However, this is a part of the conversation I was hoping to highlight.
Yeah.
Some of our young brothers struggle with that.
Okay.
I got it. I just don't know what to do.
You don't know what
with
to do with it. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
some of us is raised on that. Hey man, I had to go get mine. You got to go find your way.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's a real thing, especially
right.
when we learn a reward system internally to feel good knowing I did this out the mud with no hands, no
Right.
helps,
Right,
no
right.
handouts. We'll take that badge of honor, but we'll live with them scars, man.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, it's ready. I'm just trying to figure out what's the next steps myself, right?
If it feel good, whether someone helps me or don't.
All right.
Word.
I don't. It don't. It's not a difference for me. Like I don't. I know. I speak to the point where you're saying how like that's how kids are. They're like,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna show you.
Yeah.
You do it yourself, right?
Yeah,
Right.
man.
No, but that's a thought.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I ask. I don't. Because at the end of the day, you don't even. And I realize some things I would do, and I would think people know that I did it.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even know I did
They
it.
don't even know.
They
This is
have no
the thing,
idea
though,
what I
Zoe.
mean,
This is the thing. Nobody makes it out the mud by themselves.
No, nobody.
So even when they say they do, you know, when
They're
cats be
lying.
like, it was all me.
Right.
I did. Yo, somebody moved some of the mud.
Absolutely.
Somebody gave them a little hand.
As it should be, though.
As it always is.
Right.
It sounds good to act as though
Yeah,
you did it, that you're great by yourself. But if you look at anybody that's great, anybody that's at the top, they either got there through the support of other people, through stepping over other people,
Right.
through the handouts from other people.
Right.
Nobody got there just by they just pulled them. They just flew to the top. They were just the chosen one.
Absolutely.
And so when people say that, you should immediately be like, what else are they lying about?
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right, absolutely,
And so, but you're right. In our community, oftentimes though, people don't want to share information. They'll have the information to make you have to go through the whole process.
Got to go through the gauntlet.
Yeah, and in reality, a lot of us have the information, and if you get to the right people, they'll tell you everything because they don't do nothing. It doesn't. I feel like it sounded like a good book. I feel like it needs to be in the community. So why would I want to stop you from being able to get it done? So after the show, I could tell you some things I know that may be able to help you, and if I don't know it, I can point you in the direction that like a professional, like my friend Ken, his wife Jermaine Summers. She does book publishing, so she can tell you everything for sure. So
Beautiful. Thank you.
So I'm building, I've been building my people clinical services, my people community service for the past 20 plus years. However, right now, my main focus is the Manhood Tree. We're doing the Manhood Tree podcast right now. We just wrapped up the Manhood Tree group a couple weeks ago with our latest cohort. We just finished our latest cohort of the Fatherhood Monologues. I've been waiting for that, man.
You just
I'm
said
just
that. As soon as you said that, I was like,
You were like, I'm supposed to send that to him. So we just did a show of the Fatherhood Monologues. It was wonderful. It was our first cohort of all women. We never did all women.
you're supposed to send the whole thing to me though.
I was supposed. Let me finish talking about what I'm building. I got our men's health initiative. I feel like we do our brotherhood check-in every month. We do our men's health strength circuit every month. We're coming up on our men's health and wellness weekend. And I've been having some discussions with local hospitals and community centers about how they are incorporating men and fathers into the work that they do with health. A lot of these organizations, they do all these services for women, pregnancy and whatever, but they don't include the men. They don't include the fathers. And so this question, I feel like, is a huge door opener to more supports for men in the future. And so I'm very excited about where we're going. Over the last 5 years, we've made a lot of progress. Getting the curriculum done, making different inroads. Right now, I'm in a prison and I'm in a jail. By the end of the summer, I think I'll be in all the jails, and I'll be in a few more of the prisons, doing my curriculum. I'm not gonna and doing the Fatherhood Monologues. They do some wonderful shows. So the progress is happening. My goal is to be outside of the state of Connecticut. So, if we conquer the state of Connecticut and all the places that I would like to be, then it's like, okay, where can I go outside of Connecticut? This over the next 6 months, I'm going to a number of conferences. I'm doing my Fatherhood Monologues workshop. So I'm very excited about that. There are opportunities out there. So I'm very excited. And who I'm doing it for is I'm specifically interested in helping men be better. in helping men be better physically, mentally, be better fathers, be better brothers. And so my belief is that when we have healthy, good men, when men's health is good, and I'm talking about mentally and physically, we have good communities. Our whole community will change, I personally believe, if the men in the community change.
Absolutely.
So, like, if we took a block in Hartford and we just got all the men on that block and said, yo, we're going to start eating right, we're going to start working out, we're going to start praying, we're going to start having positive affirmations read to us every day, we're going to get you to the doctor, if we just did all the things to get them healthy, that block would be amazing. And then if you took it block by block, it would change our whole community. And so that's what I'm working on. I want to see a community where men are in their rightful place, and I believe that as leaders, as supporters, as sometimes followers. That's okay to be a follower sometimes, but I want them to be healthy and strong. And so that's really what I'm working on.
That's powerful.
Question. Yeah. So what is conquering? What does that look like in Connecticut? What does that mean?
Conquering the state?
Like, what do you like? Is that a number of places you're going? Like, what is that?
It's not necessarily numbers. I feel like it's about impact. So when I think about currently I do my fatherhood training for the state of Connecticut inside of DCF. Yep. So I do all the DCF offices. That's 14 offices. I go in and do my training. So now with the manhood tree, what I would like to do is, I feel like prisons and jails are a good place because nobody's ever missing a group. You know, they're there, right? They're gonna be there. So I feel like if I could just get in all the prisons in the state and all the jails in the state, that would be that would give me like some credibility. So when I go to the next state and I say, hey, well, you know, I work with every institution in the state, in the state. I work with every institution in the state. They can say, okay, let me check in on that. So they contact somebody in the state of Connecticut, say, oh, Abdul, he's doing some great work over here with our prison population, and then they'll give me an opportunity in their state. So conquer. I just want to be in as many spaces, and ultimately, I want to get to the point where it's not just me. You know, I would really like to see the curriculum be able to be bought and used in multiple places where I'm not necessarily facilitating, somebody else is facilitating, but they have the right amount of men and they're able to do the things, themselves. Not so much true for the Fatherhood Monologues. I want to be a part of that. I feel like that's my, project. But the curriculum, I created it for it to go without me being there. So I'm very excited about that. All right, so it seems like we got our second guest rolling up on us. Zoe's going to open the door. You got the air conditioning not where I would like it. It's feeling a little muggy in here. You should go back down a couple of temps. Champ, I want you to get started off with the question of what is your why? What moment or experience pushed you into to the work that you're doing right now? Because like one of the things I know is, like I said, I checked you out on social media. Mm-hmm. The stuff that you're doing is not necessarily for money.
Oh, no.
A lot of it seems like it's from the heart. It's like stuff that you're doing because you want to be able to make an impact. Absolutely. And so what is the why behind all of that?
That's a great question, brother. And sometimes I still ask myself, but in a nutshell, I overstand is necessary. Mm-hmm. I overstand is bigger than me as well. Yes. A lot of my upbringing, I recognized I was very fortunate to be blessed with a certain type of family, a certain type of upbringing, a certain type of nurturing, a certain type of well-being. And I had a lot of friends and family members for that matter, that wasn't as fortunate to have some of the immediate needs met like I did.
Right.
So with that said, a lot of stuff I felt was necessary to do for the community was give back to the people I know that didn't have everything like I necessarily had per se. It wasn't that much more, but it was enough for me to have a certain intellect, right? And I just felt like a lot of my friends, they unfortunately missed out on a lot of childhood because of their circumstances. So a piece of me just wanted to give life back however they may look, may it be the camera or the affirmations or rooms such as these.
Yeah. You get up and you go do it all the time. Are there some times where you don't want to do it? Like where you're like, yo, I'm gonna take the day.
Absolutely, and it gets to be challenging with those because I try not to burn out because I do have a full-time job and I still am a father.
Right.
But it's those moments where I feel like the alarm has been ringing for so long that I can't afford to waste time. I feel like there's somebody out there that could use me on a day I feel lazy, and I've learned discernment to know between being lazy and needing rest, right?
Okay, yeah.
So certain times I know like I got no time to be lazy, but I know it's days I gotta rest.
Nice. So we just had our second guest come in. It's funny, we have Anthony Williams here. I'm so happy he showed up today. Zoe was thinking he wasn't going to come, but he's here. He's fresh. You know, I was at the barbershop earlier today getting a quick shape up, and I saw he had some new hoodies, and I was like, yo, I need one of those hoodies. Hopefully he's going to give me my...
How many we got here?
Hopefully there's one for me.
I need to
like.
get it. You don't get it. You see him all the time.
What are you talking about? Anyways, Anthony, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about what you got going on. And I'm talking about everything. I mean, I really been wanting you to come on the show. I know you got a lot going on, so please share with the people.
Anthony Williams, owner of Jaws Barbershop in West Hartford, Connecticut. Also own the Wine Room in Avon, Connecticut. I'm a serial entrepreneur. That's what I will say. I ain't gonna go down the line and say everything.
Go down the line. The juice bar. What about the juice bar?
Health is Wealth Juice Bar in West Hartford. We
Yeah.
got a barbershop in Manchester, Connecticut, Jaws 2. We got an investment company. When I say we, I'm talking me and my wife. Generational Investments.
Yeah.
We buy, flip, and resell homes.
Nice.
And then we got a management company where we manage music artists and different artists. 600 Forks, which our key artist right now is 600 Cal, which is my son. He's actually doing this thing.
I met that young man. Very, very astute young man. I didn't hear him do any
bars,
music. I don't know what he's doing. Rap, singing.
Yeah, he raps. He just dropped the album on the 26th of April. It's
Nice.
Just Listen on
that's what's
every
up.
platform. And he cuts here in our second location. Well, I'm actually he don't know, but I'm going to give him that second location in Manchester, Jaws, too.
Okay.
That's what's up.
This is what we're talking about. So, do you have any like a opening statement that you just gave us a whole bunch of business stuff that you own, but any opening statement to the people that are listening to the podcast that you just want to start off with?
First and foremost, if you plan on being an entrepreneur, plan on being broke, tired, stressed out, and not knowing where the next dollar's coming from, you got to have hustle, you got to have heart, and you got to have a supporting cast, man. A strong foundation is key to being an entrepreneur. Like me and my wife, that's my teammate, that's my partner, that's my, you know that. You know. You got to pick the right person to go into business with and, take your wins how you take your losses.
I love it. I love it. And sometimes you take losses. Actually, let me. So sometimes it's not all like cookies and cream. Sometimes you'll take a loss, right?
No, big loss.
Yeah.
Big loss. We last year, my wife and I took $160,000 loss on an investment that was a good investment, but the person I was dealing with, PPP, how easy it is to start a business. Everybody starts the LLC, and his first investment started with a false LLC. And through the years, I guess the feds was watching everything, and he got caught up, not me and my wife, but he was a bad apple, and because our money was intertwined with it, we took a loss on an investment.
Yeah. So, but the good thing about business is that there's another day. You learn, you lose, and you just get back in the game. And so, we just started off with the question about asking what is your why, and what moment or experience pushed you to do the work that you do.
Initially, I've always been a hustler, man, since middle school. I sold candy bars to help my mother pay rent, man. And I put the inserts in the Hartford Current at a 7-Eleven for $20 a week for a lady. Freaking used to throw the garbage out. I threw the garbage out. I found a box of candy bars, and I told the lady, I was like, Miss Marie, y'all throwing away these candy bars? And she was like, yeah, they about to expire. I said, well, don't pay me. Just give me the candy bar.
Yeah.
And I started selling those candy bars. So it's that hustler spirit. But my why right now is my children. I have 5 businesses. I got 5 kids. And my initial goal was to have a business for each kid. And I don't mind working for someone because I used to sell cars. I'm not that person that's like, I want to be my own boss because I could take direction. I'm a student. To the end of the days, I'm going to be a student. But, I do like building things from the bottom.
Yeah.
And I like creating. So, my why is my children, and I just like not knowing what's around the corner. I'm a thrill seeker, so
Yeah.
I went from being on one side of the tracks, we all know what I'm talking about, to changing my life and being on the right side of the tracks. And I tell you, being on the right side of the tracks is where you want to be.
It's the best place.
Yeah.
So what about you? What's your why? And what was the thing that got you to make that move?
Oh, why? A lot of things. Like I could work for people. I could take directions. I'm a great follower. I'm a great leader.
Yeah.
I realized. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to lead. I wanted to lead my own life, basically. So the entrepreneur spirit, like I thought I was good at something. Mm-hmm. So I just honed that skill, and I always thought that if I just do this every day over a period of time, I would be the best at doing this thing, and it would be a business. So that was like my whole intention of why I was editing and doing all the things I was doing. And again, it's for my family as well. I didn't want. I have family members always talking about the job and getting laid off or not having enough money for this and that. Mm-hmm. And I always thought that if I could control the money that comes in, and like I'm the controller of all the the product that's going out,
right?
Then I can have as much money that I could imagine.
Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of why I started my own company and started producing visual and marketing and all, because I thought that this is the only way that I could be free.
Yeah.
I went to college. I got a college degree and all that, but that road, going through all that, seeing that, it seems it's a lot harder to make $100,000 a different way. Mm-hmm. I could make $150,000 and be an entrepreneur and love what I do and love to go to work and love to do that. So the whole why was to have the easiest life as possible, but do the work that I can't possibly not do.
Right.
Right.
I love it.
So that was it.
So speaking of honing skills, Champ, talk to me about how you've been honing your skills as a community leader. Would you say you're a community leader right now?
For your age,
you're supposed to say yes. No. Period.
Yes,
period. I don't want to say for his age. I knew he was going to struggle with that. That's why I said it. But I want to put it. Yeah. You put leader behind some people, like, no. So how have you been honing your skills as a community leader?
I'll say I'm a community
participant.
Leader. Right.
It's okay to be a leader.
Right. No, absolutely. I definitely wouldn't be too naive to what you're actually saying, but just self-reflection. I always reflect on just how I could be a better person, and the things that hit home to me. It's almost like I'm sure this is inevitable across the table for all men. It's not just me. You get what I'm saying? It may just be my circumstance. But I'm sure I know as a brother or a older male elder, someone who can be a part of not only helping me, or I could probably help them. So that whole self-reflective process, learning from brothers like you all. Like I told y'all, Aunt was my barber when I was like 14. You know what I'm saying? Even in there, he was sharing advice to us as little dudes. So just being in environments, man, and learning where you could be of service without charging $1 per se.
Yeah.
And just being being a service, man, and just taking it day by day. That's really, really it.
Yeah. And what about you? How you been honing your skills? I mean, you're a barber, but I want to talk about the greater entrepreneur. That how have you honed that skill?
I was told one day, man, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
That's correct.
Indeed. So entrepreneur, I learned that term later on. I thought I was just hustling and trying to just do what I got to do, and things were just falling into place. But honing into being an entrepreneur, I guess, is just being who you needed growing up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? As far as an example.
Yeah.
And just trying to do what's right. I'm going to keep saying that, because what I've learned in the entrepreneurial world is there is red tape everywhere. That's the only determining factor between us as minorities, as black men, and other businessmen, is the red tape. We do not want to go through the red tape and all the paperwork and all the small print. So once you go through that and you start to realize, damn, I could cuss on this?
Yeah, I mean.
You already did. Let's do it.
Yeah, go ahead. People don't typically curse, but go ahead, do your thing.
I'm saying, like, this shit ain't that hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
Once you do it once, you're like, okay, it's a repetitive process. It's just you either changing the name, changing the location, you dealing with a different contractor, different town. Like, once you start to learn, it's like it's the same process with different people. You be like, okay, it's not that hard.
Right.
But that's where people mess up. They always trying to, you want to use your boy because he's cheaper as a contractor versus paying the insured license contractor that's going to cost you a couple more dollars. You know, my homegirl, being cheap is expensive.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It
so
is.
It's like,
that's a
doing
good one.
stuff right is going to get you where you need to be.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, man, being an entrepreneur is being your worst boss that you could ever think of to yourself.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's an entrepreneur. Being broke when everybody talk about, oh, you make your money. Like, I heard him say, like, we don't know where that dollar coming from the next time. So we chasing it
all constantly.
But at the end of the day, it's no for sure. I always say my retirement plan is getting a job. I'm gonna get a real job. Like,
is that what you're gonna do?
I swear to God,
I'm not.
Go get I am.
I ain't never gonna work for nobody.
Why not?
I just can't. I don't have, like you guys said, I could work for, I have a terrible attitude. Okay. If I came and worked at your barbershop, I'd be like, this dude want me to sweep the floor?
See, but you wouldn't sweep the floor. You would be in the community.
Oh, getting people to come over there?
Yeah, we give you a different job.
Oh, okay. I'm just letting you know.
See, everybody don't start entry level.
Oh, I'm just saying, I got to know.
Different type of skills. So it's like, at the end of the day, man, I'm going to go get me a regular job where I know what I'm getting paid at the end of the week. I know what time I can leave.
No, he's not.
Yes, I am.
He's going to make enough money so you don't never have to do that.
My wife said, well, you crazy. I promise you. I want to know when I leave at 5 o'clock, I'm done.
Yeah.
See, I can't. And on that point, like, I'm always like, when I'm sleeping, my wife, like, I think about what I have to do tomorrow.
Yes.
I dream about what I have to do, what I got to cut, what I got to edit. Like what I got going on all the time. So I'll sit there. I wake up at like 6:37. I'll be staring at the ceiling. It's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just thinking about what I got to do.
Got a plan. Yeah.
So I don't even know how that goes away.
It doesn't go away.
Right. So like I can't, to your point, like I can't, when I was working at my people, I couldn't, the whole time I'm there, trying to leave. Because I got to go edit. I want to go do something.
But look, this is the thing.
Whole time I was thinking,
one of the things so you have your wife as a team member. Having a team does take some of the weight off your back. You know? And so one of the things
my son's
about
on the team.
Bringing the son on the team. One of the things about honing skill is that it's like, okay, when I think about me honing my skills, it's, you know, if I go give out 10 speeches or 10 trainings, 1 or 2 of them is going to be a flop. You do realize that. And so that's when you hone your skills. Because sometimes you get to the point where you start believing what everybody else says about you. And so I'll go to do a presentation and I won't plan nothing. I'm gonna do rock mama. I'm just gonna go and then I'll flop, right? And then I'm in there stressed out, sweating and everything because I'm like, yo, I didn't prepare. And so you always got to take it back to what you did at the beginning. At the beginning, I would never go somewhere unprepared, right? I would have all information. I'd be up thinking about how I'm gonna say certain things, do certain things. And so I think that one of the things is to keep yourself in the mindset of it's the beginning. It's always the beginning. We're never going so far up that we aren't, but that we don't have to prepare and make ourselves ready for what we're gonna do. Honing the skill is something that we have to constantly do, and then it's like getting new skills, right? So what can I add to it? Like right now, I'm really into having conversations with other executives about how something that we do well. How can we help you do the thing that we do well? So like my focus is fatherhood and manhood, right? And so going to like a hospital and saying, hey, what are you guys doing for fathers at your hospital? What are you guys doing for men's health at your hospital? And then I already know they're gonna say, well, we're not doing anything. And so then it's like, well, what can we do to be able to help you do that better? And so it's really kind of like thinking of, and this is like my focus right now. It's always coming up with the next thing that I'm gonna kind of like focus on.
That's exciting.
That is
9 to 5. You said you can't do that.
I promise you.
You know what I mean? They won't let you come up with ideas.
We'll watch. We're gonna watch.
They won't let you come up with ideas and stuff, right?
See, man, that's the thing, man. I'm so like, I give out throughout the day. I consult. I give people business ideas.
Yeah.
You're exhausted right now.
It's like it's so much that like everybody's like, why you don't charge people for that? Because at the end of the day, this is my gift.
Right.
Like if I could do it through my chair, I do it, and I do it out in the world too. My weakness is networking. Like I don't network well because I feel like I talk all day. So anywhere outside of where I'm at, I just don't talk.
Wow.
And everybody be like, damn, that's like I tell my wife like. She knows Anthony and Jaws, but most people know Jaws.
Right.
So not too many people know Anthony.
Right.
So it's like it's just like it's a switch. We'll be talking in the morning and be like, all right, man, I'm about to go to work. I'm about to turn in the jaws. And I'm like, what's up? Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But once I'm done working, it's like I'm back to Anthony.
That's-
So it's like we all understand that. But at the end of the day, man, if I get a regular job, man, I know what my salary is, I'm cool.
I'm straight. So let's talk about impact. So all of us, you know, we're working our job, we're doing our business, whatever. But what about your impact? What when you think about your impact, what is it that you would like to be able to say, other than making money? What would you like to say that I'm making an impact on this thing? I'm gonna come to you first.
I don't. It sounds so irresponsible and like incomplete, but I really don't think about those things. I'm so spiritually inclined right now, and I'm trying to be so aligned that I do what I know is right and then what I feel is right.
Okay.
I don't be like with my coat drive. It's 5 years. I didn't do the coat drive because I wanted to impact.
Right.
I did it because I had a mentee and I wanted to buy him a coat, and he was embarrassed to take the coat from me. So I bought him a coat. And I said, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
And I started the coat drive.
Yeah.
And it just happened. And it is impactful. Like, this year, we gave away, with your help, we gave away 600 coats. We gave entire school coats.
Right.
And that was cool. But it's like, those are things that are impactful, but that's not something that I'm, like, thinking about.
You're not saying to yourself, I'm gonna make an impact today.
Right.
Right. You're just doing the thing that you feel like is needed.
Right, but there are, people that come to me later on in life, and even now, I will say, when I walked in, I recognize and I know exactly who you are, but it was different because I know a different you.
Right.
Oh,
You know what I'm
interesting.
saying?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It wasn't even 14. He was on the other side of the track.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So now to see him right here talking how he talking, he never been no dummy. And I always knew that. That's why I spent time talking to him. I always poured into him because it's like he wasn't like the rest.
Yeah.
So it's like to see it now, I'm not saying I impacted him, but I see it like, okay, that was worth it.
Right.
'Cause it's
Putting
like
a couple words
he
up.
wasn't like them.
And
And I'm not saying he tried. I know you tried to pull whoever you could with you, but sometimes you gotta just let go and do what you gotta do.
I love it.
So I respect where you at now. I like what I see, and you have impacted me with your growth.
Yeah. I'm gonna come straight to you, champ. What about you? What about the impact that you're trying to make, or are you trying to make impact? Let's hear about it.
To echo off what Ann said, man, like it's not like an agenda. It's not like I'm seeing and assessing. This is where we had the biggest impact. It's more so just assessing is a part of it. You want to see where areas within your city or community you could be of somewhat of a service to. And I mean service, and I'm not saying call me and pay me this amount, but what do I naturally possess spiritually that I can give away for free and I don't feel compromised or drained or any of the above. So a lot of that thinking doesn't come from how can I make an impact, but how can I just be a better person? And those things speak through your behavior.
Yeah.
It speak through your thinking. And sometimes we get to places where people like, yo, you could get paid for doing that. It's like, bro, I would feel funny charging to do something like that. So it's hard to
Hang out with me a little bit more. I need to talk to Champ a little bit.
yeah, man. But it's those parts where I don't aim to hit a particular impact.
Yeah.
I just remember what a lot of us could have used and how it would have impacted us, how it looked and sounded a way how I know I could do.
Right.
So it's just just honing on those skills, like you said, and learning from past mistakes and just trying to make the best of it.
Zoe, what about you?
Impact. I think like, all right, so like people like yourself or like me, even like now Anthony, like you just live in yourself, like your true self, you're going to be impactful. It's like the person you are.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to be impactful, but it's like it is impactful because what I'm doing is like it's means something to me.
Right.
So I guess in turn, like me doing the documentaries and stuff about my city, it's impactful to me. And obviously be impactful to other people.
Yes.
Right? So like you chasing dreams or whatever, that's impactful for you. But other people, they saw it like, oh, you're impacting me. You're like, oh, I am.
Right.
Clothing drive, same thing. Like, yo, I'm doing one because he did one. You're like, I just did it because but okay.
Right.
So it's like, it depends on like, some people watch you from afar and they get things from you.
Yeah,
Like they have a whole different, like they don't know you. They know me.
Different perspective.
Right. They see you. They be like, yo, I'm gonna be just like him.
That's the
he's
guy.
so impactful. Then we talk to you, like, I ain't trying to do that.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
Right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I'm just trying to be me. Like, oh, that's
Right.
just you. So I think the real important thing is like, just be yourself. Like, be the things that you want, and those things are going to be impactful to people.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like, I think I'm going to like I've never done anything about gun violence, but if I start doing something to impact gun violence, it's going to kind of feel like so don't do.
Why is he
doing
doing
that
that?
now?
Yeah.
Right? But if I just act as I am myself, they be like, oh, he's you know what I mean? So I
He
think
might do a documentary on the Hartford's
gun violence.
Gun
So
violence.
that's
yeah.
more in his lane. That's how it's impactful.
Yeah.
But I think if you act true to the person you are,
Yes.
and you're a good person, you're going to be impactful like, by like a result of it.
So one of the things about impact at the work that I'm trying to do right now, I'm intentionally trying to impact men's health. Like I want men to go to the doctor. And I'm putting out the information because I know that if they don't go to the doctor, they're gonna die. They're gonna be sick. And their family is gonna be impacted by them not being around. Right. And so if we can encourage men, and so like this is like an intention, right? I'm saying to myself, I want to create this thing where fathers are more involved with their kids. They understand that the role of their impact in their family. And so I want to put out information and different things. And I want to carry myself in a certain way so that when other men, other fathers see me, they say like, yo, I want to do that same type of thing for my kids. And so I'm with you guys 100% on certain parts of impact where it's like, I'm just going to be myself and whatever happens, happens. But there are parts of impact where I'm saying like, I have to do this because I see this problem in our community, and I know that if I can get the men to kind of acknowledge it, then something's going to happen. Something's going to change. And we, not me, but we will all impact our community for the better. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes, of course.
So I've always seen that you push the men's health and all of that.
Yes.
Is it because of your situation and life?
Of course.
Have you documented that life situation? How
I have a documentary.
I think even me being close, I only know from what he said. Right?
I got it. It's called Powered by Dreams. It came out in 2014.
Yeah.
You got to push it again. You got to revamp it.
We're actually
told
working
you,
on
I
part
told
2.
you.
Yeah, you got to revamp it.
I didn't want to do it, but go
At
ahead.
the end of the day, no matter how much you push it,
Yeah.
right now, this is a visual era. You could stand in front of the hospital. You could talk to as many fathers as you want.
Right.
If they don't see that thing pop up on their Instagram, they don't see what you've been through. They don't see them needles
We got
in
it
your
all.
arm.
I got
Right.
it all.
Yeah, yeah.
But if they don't see that, I hate to say it right now.
It didn't
like,
happen.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, I understand.
And it's like, why is this healthy, rich dude talking about men's
Yes.
health?
I'm not rich.
I'm just.
That's they're gonna see that.
That's
I know.
what they're gonna
Yes.
see.
Yeah, yeah.
So nobody's seeing.
It's funny because the thing about men's health, and I actually think about this a lot, is that visually, if you just see me walking down the street, you wouldn't think I was sick. That I've ever been sick.
Right.
And most of us right now, we don't know what any of us are doing right now. We all look like we're pretty healthy guys, and that's part of the problem. Is that people look like they're doing okay, and then there's some people that don't look like they're doing okay. But I'm saying the majority of people who fall dead right in front of you, they looked like they were doing okay. I mean, what's his name? The Chadwick Boseman, right? He was jumping over stuff, doing all types of stuff, but he was very, very sick.
So you know who the leader of the men's health is?
Who?
Wives.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with men. You can talk all you want.
You got to get the wives involved.
Wives are. I'm telling you, last Tuesday you needed me to be here, right?
Yes.
I came back from California.
Uh-huh.
I had like what I thought was allergies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, whatever. My wife like, that don't sound right.
Right.
I'm like, I'm straight, mucus, woo, woo, woo. I'm like, I'm good. She like, go to the doctor. I'm like, nah, I'm straight.
Right.
I'm straight. I spit up some blood,
Oh.
and I contemplated telling my wife
Yes.
because I'm like,
You didn't
she's
want it
gonna make me
That's
go.
right.
Yes.
Yes.
But as a
You
man,
get a pass for that, Zoe.
Right.
Take that mark off.
So,
Oh,
He had a tally on you, man.
I told him when he came up, I was like, yo, man, I was giving up on you. He came up
I'm
and said,
saying, so I definitely told her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my homie. That's my bestie. I was like, babe, listen. She said, go now.
Right.
And kicked me out the house.
Mm.
Sure enough, the guy said, man, somebody else came back from Cali. Is a severe upper respiratory infection. Woo,
Wow.
woo, woo.
Wow.
4 medicines. Mind you, I pay for this is another confession. I pay for insurance for you know what I'm saying, my wife and my kids, so they straight, but I don't have insurance as a barber.
Wow.
So my thing is like, I got this little credit card where you could go to the doctor, they got like 40,000, you swipe that, I pay it back, whatever, but I'm like, damn, it cost me $700 for this.
Yeah. Why didn't you put yourself on the plan?
Because I be thinking like, I'll just pay for it if something happened versus paying $300-$400 every month. I'm typically, you know.
That's why I go to the gym.
Entrepreneur.
I ain't even talk about it. I go to major part of me going to the gym every day. Cause I'm gonna be okay.
I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah, so I just make sure they good. I'm gonna be okay.
What are you talking about?
I got it now.
Oh,
I got it now. But first, when I was younger,
I got key man insurance and all of that, but medical insurance for me, paying
You're over 40 years old?
Listen.
Are you over 40 years old?
All right.
No, you're not all right. You're over 40 years old. At this point of your life, you need to have insurance. Why? Because in the next few years, you may not be 45 yet.
You sound like my wife.
No, I sound like a person that's trying to save your life. You need to go get a prostate. You need to get a prostate PSA test. That's right. You need to get
all that.
PSA test. You need to go get a colorectal test. Those tests aren't things you pay out of your pocket. If something ends up happening to you, let's say it's something that's out of your control,
Right.
the cost of it is gonna be thousands of dollars. Not I'm talking about tens of thousands, not $700.
Listen, I am a firm believer. If you think about it, it will happen.
No,
Stay positive.
Please.
Listen, we all
Baby, put some, sound like the old.
Yeah.
Put some honey on it, baby.
Yeah.
Sound like one of those.
That's how we
Take
be
some
moving,
Tussin
man.
and put some windows.
Listen,
Give
we
that
be
robot
moving.
test.
So for the record,
Ginger
I got
ale.
kidney failure. I got kidney failure when I was 25 years old. I was young. I was healthy, and my whole thought process was, I'm not even gonna listen to the doctor. I knew I had high blood pressure, but I was like, I'm good though. And in my mind, it was that, I'm probably faster, stronger than these doctors. I'm not gonna take this little pill because it does make me a little dizzy. One pill. Right now, I take 20 pills a day.
Because he didn't take that one pill.
Because I didn't take one pill a day, right? And so what I'm saying to you is that it has nothing to do with you going to the gym or being healthy in your mind. It's about being able to go get those tests and going to the doctor whenever you want it, whenever you need to. Because if something happens to you where you just faint, right? And then you end up in the hospital. You don't want to be in the hospital and now you got to think about, oh man, how much is all this going to cost? You just want to be able to chill.
See, I'm like a little conspiracy theorist.
I know.
Doctors, listen.
Theory.
This is what it is, man. Doctors go to school for what?
Oh yeah, I know.
Doctoring.
I'm
No,
more than
they
listen.
don't. They go to school for
medicine. For
Yes.
prescribing
That's
medicine.
it. That's
I'm on
all
the
they
same
want to
thing.
do. They want to give you
Right.
medicine.
Go to the doctor.
Right.
I will, but they're going to just
want
give
you-
you medicine.
That's because what you just said to me,
They give you.
before you ask your question, what you just said to me is this. You only go to the doctor when you need to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So that means that you're not going to the doctor for your annual physical.
Right.
That means
You
you're
need
not
that.
going
You
to the
need
doctor
that.
to get the tests and things that you need to
need
the
that.
blood work, the blood pressure. You don't even know what's going on with you. You're just kind of like rolling with it right now. And so what I'm saying to you is
Not good.
you want to know before
I'm going
something.
to go to the next men's thing you got.
Okay, there you go.
And
And I'm
wait.
now I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna make sure I do one just for you.
All right, no, wait. The point
Yes.
to end that is that when people's like, I don't go to the doctor, like you said, they study medicine, right?
Yes.
The reason why they study medicine is because all the food you eat, they got to cure you from the chicken and the meat and the processed
I don't
food.
eat meat.
What I'm saying, processed food, chips, all that stuff,
Chips, I
seed oils and all that stuff is in everything. So you eat that constantly,
Yeah.
right? And then you have to go to them because they're the only ones that can cure you because you're killing yourself. They're going to give you some pills so you can still eat it.
This is those
If you
moments
was eating,
of
if you're
eating
like
no
a
meat.
plant-based person, you eat none of that. I
Yeah.
can understand. Like I don't. Doctors,
eat meat.
all
I'm
doctors
a
can do for me
pescatarian.
is do surgery. But
Yes.
they can't do anything else. They can
give you
check-
preventative care too.
they can give me my checkups.
Yes.
Right. They can take my blood work because I can
Yes.
read that. I know what that looks like.
Right.
But medicine, no. Like pills, no. But they could. They good at cutting me up. Like cut me up, sewing me up, stuff like that. If I break something,
Right.
all that. But as far as like you said, prescribing medicine, I agree with you that. But because the way I eat, I feel like I
You
don't.
shouldn't have to have that, but
Right.
if there's a chance, my blood pressure had nothing to do with what I was eating. At 17 years old, my blood pressure was genetic. This was something that was out of my control.
Now that I'm going to give you because I met my father at 38.
There you go.
Here we go.
Oh.
So I was cool. I'm like light skin in shape. I got fat when I got kids and stuff. I'm like, that happened.
Right.
Man, I seen this joker. I said, oh, I'm a
Y'all look exactly the same.
I said, he can't breathe. He got cataracts. He got COPD.
Yeah,
He got. I said, oh Lord, please don't let me have none of this.
Go to the doctor. Champ, ask your question.
Nah, but I think that's a real thing. Like, I don't know if it's how we was raised or the emphasis we put on making those priorities. I could count on my hand how many times I seen my father go to the doctor, like my whole life.
Yeah.
Like uncles, all that. That's not something that we push in the house.
I know.
Let alone to speak on certain tests that you should be taking as, from a young adult till you get into, an older age. But that's not something that's normalized and talked about in the house.
That's why we're talking about it through the manhood tree, because in our community the mistrust is real. It's not like there's not a historical reason for us to have mistrust of doctors. However, what I'm saying to you is in 2026, men in our community need to have relationships with their doctor. It's one thing, so you can't even get a relationship if you never go. I'll give you a perfect example. In the last 2 weeks, my insurance told me they would not pay. I switched my insurance, so they said they wouldn't pay for a certain medication, a blood pressure medication that I take. And so I went to my primary care physician, and I was like, yo, listen, they said they aren't going to pay for this medication, and I'm concerned with the new medication. They only want me to take it once a day, but I usually take it twice a day. And so I was like, yo, my blood pressure is going to be high, and I'm going to be in the same situation I was in 30 years ago. So my doctor said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you this blood pressure cuff that takes your blood pressure all day long. Every hour, it's going to take it 4 times. And so I said, okay, bet. So now we do the blood pressure thing. We find out my blood pressure is high on this new medication. So now the doctor can justify giving me a second prescription for the thing. If I didn't have a relationship where I go in the doctor every year, this is just my normal physical. But I'm telling them, like, yo, this is what's wrong with me. This is something. And I got 2 other doctors, but he's my main guy. And so I want to make sure he knows so that we could make something happen.
He a white man?
Yeah, he's a white guy. Dr. Leone. I'm down with Dr.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong, but for what you trying to impact black men, you should have a black doctor on site.
He's trying.
Yo,
a lot of them.
It's not a lot, but we do have a black doctor who participates in our men's health events. And so, but Dr. Leone, that's my doctor. I'm not saying he's the only doctor. Right. You could search out for a black doctor.
And they learn the allopathic way. They don't learn holistic way. You know what I'm saying? That's what they learn. They take a semester of nutrition. You feel me, in school? So it's like, I understand, but when I go there and I hear them talk, I got questions about, how your lymphatic system works. Why you never check that? You do the blood. Why, why you never do the lymphatic system? Why you never do the blood? So I just have questions for them that they don't normally be asked.
Right.
Because no one answers them those questions. Like, they'll say, hey, how do I stop for my diabetes? They'll say everything except stop eating meat.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna get you on statin drugs, or just stop eating meat. They don't tell you that. Right. That's all he had to say. But he said, no, just take the statin drug and calm down. Meat once, twice a day. Why you just say stop eating meat? Because they don't know the other half.
Right.
So that's all. They know all the medicine part, which is great.
Yeah.
But the other part, I be having questions about, like, all right, so why you gotta take the medicine when I can just stop doing this?
Well, they're not taught that, but you can. What I would say is this, because like I said, someone like Zoe who is plant based, he's taking care of his health. What I would say is it's good for us to have knowledge. Sometimes in our community we have too much knowledge and not enough action. So we got all this knowledge, and we're saying, I don't do this because of this, that, and the third. But if you still have the propensity to be sick, then you need to go do something else. Having knowledge and not having an action plan is not good enough. And so what I'm saying, until you get greater knowledge that it's going to be something you can actionably do, go to the doctor and do what they're telling you to do.
See, I'm trying to be like the Toyota Camry with 323,000 miles. That you put 87 in.
Just reliable.
Yeah, you just get the oil change. You don't really hit too many bumps.
Listen.
You need a 4 Series drop top where you got to go get, structure and all of these checks.
Listen,
and all of that.
all I'm trying to do, I just want to say, I want to save our lives. And like I said, we're going to do an event. We used to do those events where we had the testing, where you could just come to that event and get different things tested.
And a little thing with the, she did last year. We did the what was that? They put a little
I don't-
gel on your neck. Remember at the
I don't know that
office,
one.
man. You did the whole campaign.
Oh,
for it.
the hug your heart campaign.
Did the whole
The
campaign.
heart test. Yeah.
They do this thing. They put the gel they put on the stomach for the
Yeah,
babies. You know what I'm talking about? Then and they can see
Your heart.
how the blood flows through and all that. See,
Oh, to see if any
things clogged. or
Yeah,
anything like that.
clogged arteries.
Man,
She
next
saw
time you
mine.
do
She
one of
thought I
those
was
for
like
free, man.
30.
I'm
What
gonna
are
do
you doing?
one
I said,
for
I
free,
don't
but
eat meat.
we're gonna also
This
talk
is
about getting you
amazing.
some insurance.
I'm telling you.
All right, back to my questions. This is actually a really good conversation, though. Actually, I think that really among men, when's the last time you had a conversation about health? Where you're just like having a serious conversation where it's almost like we're debating, right? You're saying, well, this is what I do, this is what I do. But it's like, when is we don't talk enough about something that everybody in this room knows somebody who died from something that was preventable. I bet you that.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
And so if that's the case, we should be asking ourselves like, wait a second. So this guy, he died from diabetes. He died from heart disease. He died from kidney failure. What wasn't he doing? What was he not doing to be able to make sure that he didn't have an issue with that thing? One of the things I focus on a lot now, is I think about keeping my legs. When I was driving here today, I saw a gentleman. He was in a wheelchair, motorized wheelchair. He might have been in it for his life, but I imagine that maybe at some point in his life he was walking. And so as we get older, if we don't do certain things, do the right things, if we don't have the right information, we're going to lose our legs. We're not going to be able to walk and be able to stand up all day as a barber and be able to be out in the community and help people. And so it's like prevention is the answer to everything that we're trying to solve. And so what I just want to do is put it in our minds that why wouldn't I go see my primary care doctor once a year? Why wouldn't I go to the dentist twice a year? Why wouldn't I go to the eye doctor once a year? Every possible thing that that's a part of your insurance plan, it's like a once a year thing. If you're doing good, you ain't got to go back.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll give you another thing.
Yeah.
My man Russell, he cleaned the shop. I know Russ over 30 years, right?
Yep.
Russ rode a bike. I mean, this man's 74 years old.
Uh-huh.
Ride a bike every day.
Yes.
Smoke butter.
Okay.
Live like a rock star.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He went to tell something about his blood, and now
Yep.
he cooked. He said, boy, I feel myself. I got a couple days left.
Hey, man.
That's crazy.
I think what play a part in it too, like I said a little earlier, man, is the value system. We wasn't taught to value a certain line of health until you damn near coughing up blood or feel
Right.
like you about to be on your deathbed. That early 12-year-old to like mid 30 something, it's not a norm. That's why what y'all doing is so important.
Yeah, you got to make it cool.
Like this wasn't a
You wanna
norm
put
to
a
talk about.
do-rag on and do this
No,
joint?
not a do-rag, but if you make going to the doctor cool, if
Like,
you make
How do you do that? You seem like you're cool. Tell me, how do you make going to the doctor cool?
by making it when I say cool, where it's not like, because we don't see
It's
it.
valuable.
Yeah, if
It's
you don't see
something to be
nobody
valuable.
do it, it's not cool.
Every time I go to the doctor, I post a
We'll-
video.
we'll
I
celebrate-
literally do.
We'll celebrate being unhealthy for a long time compared to having a month straight of sobriety or
Yeah.
being on a good trajectory of having health.
Okay.
And that's what I mean by value system.
I'm gonna give you the analogy.
Make going to the doctor cool.
I'm gonna give you the analogy.
Yep.
Somebody go to jail for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
He come home. They got sneakers for him. They got clothes. They got
what I'm
money.
saying, value
Somebody
systems,
come
man,
home
yeah.
from college.
Yeah.
They got
They
nothing
like,
for him.
man, ain't got no job yet. Got nothing. He was
Damn.
out there doing what?
Dudes will probably drink a bottle with you outside and congratulate you for success before going to a juice bar and congratulate.
man,
So
come on.
I think it's a value system thing.
I'm just
man.
telling you, like, you could make it cool in a sense. Not wearing a do-rag or a jersey.
Yes.
Not, like, promoting, like, oh, I went to the doctor.
That was racist of me. I'm just gonna say that.
I was just going there, you and your little doctor dude. But I think our age group, we
Yes.
can listen to it, right? It's got to be the kids where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because they can't help if they're not going to the doctor right now.
Yo, so this is the new angle actually that my wife says I've been missing on being able to get people to change their mind about stuff. So when I'm telling you guys all about going to the doctor, who do you think I want you to go for? Other than yourself. Obviously, I want you to go for yourself.
Yeah,
but
your
who's
family,
number
your
two?
wife, Your wife. Your kid.
Yeah. So the thing we don't think about is,
Yeah, I make my kids go, but I won't go.
but see, this is the crazy
I
part.
tell my son, you better go to the doctor. He's like, damn. I'm like, bro, go.
My father died at 72 years old. to me, that's young.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
That feels young to me. I'm 52 right now. So to me, I'm like, damn, I only got 20 beans left.
But in the law of numbers, that's average.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe he could have lived longer.
For sure.
And so and the thing is that even though I'm a grown man, I still need my dad.
Right.
And so imagine if you're not taking care of your health and you leave at 50-something years old. And that means that your kids aren't even fully developed, right? And so we got to start thinking. We have all of our excuses, but the thing is that earlier today I was talking to somebody about teenage pregnancy, and I was saying like one of the things I've been doing with my son since he's come home from college is saying to him, "Yo, you need to wear condoms. You need to wear condoms. You need to wear condoms." And the reason I'm saying it to him is not because I'm afraid of him bringing a life into this world, but I recognize that bringing a life into this world when you're 19 years old is much more difficult than when you're 29, 39, whatever.
Absolutely, yeah.
The other thing is that, here we are talking right now, is at 52 years old, even though if my father will now be 81 years old, I would love to have a conversation with my dad right now. There are some things that he knows that I don't know, and I would love to be able to get that information. And so, as fathers, are you a father?
Yes, sir.
You're a father. You're a father. I'm a father. Our kids need us to go to the doctor and to be healthy as long as we possibly can, because this life is much more difficult without us in it.
I constantly think of that's why I go all out.
That's it. That's
I've
it.
for 20-some years. I see people around me die when I was in my 20s. I was like, I think it's food.
It's food. Yeah.
And I thought it was that. I just stopped eating everything when I was like 24.
Right.
And from every day, I'm like, I go to the gym because I may have 25, 40 minutes. That's
Right.
it.
That's it.
It's a whole day left. I just do that every day. That's for me in the morning. Boom.
Yes.
Now I'm securing that I'm going to be healthy and I eat right. And I'll be here.
Yeah.
In case I get hit by a car or whatever. But it ain't gonna be my fault.
It's not gonna be your fault.
Right. So if I can control that, I'm gonna control that.
Yeah.
So I think that's the ultimate thing. And then I try to get my son. He goes to the doctors and when he's supposed to go his yearly checkup and
Right.
and all that. And again, to make it cool, like you're saying, I think it'd be cool just to know what's going on for you. Like
We
like
need to do a PSA. We're gonna do a bunch of PSAs.
just for you. Like I like to know what's going on with me.
Yes.
And make it cool. Don't you want to be okay? Like you don't gotta tell nobody. I don't tell nobody I want you to die. I just go so I feel like yes.
That's right. That's
Like
right.
me, yes.
Yeah.
No one knows that I went. So that's the doctor thing. Like you don't gotta tell people like don't you want to know that you're like I played basketball, an athlete. I used to like doing like tests. Like do your vert test, do your run, so I know my number. Like what you get?
Yeah.
Like competitive. Like,
Right.
So I go to the doctor and he told me my numbers. Like I was saying, the lady when she did mine, she was like, "Oh, your arteries are." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Good numbers. Positive.
Like yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking,
What's your blood pressure? If I brought my blood pressure cuff in here right now, what's your blood pressure? If you come in, we know a good blood pressure is 120/80.
I was about to say, look, I just learned it. I don't even know none of that.
Yeah, so it's 120/80. So we get your blood pressure and we find out actually your joint is 140/90, and that's not that good.
Right.
And so when I got kidney failure the first time, my blood pressure was 210/180. And so it was extremely high, right? And so once again, it was preventable though. And by the time I figured that out, it was too late because I was already gonna have kidney failure. And so all I'm saying is that there's a lot of stuff going on. The things that we can control, we must control the controllables. Right. We must control the
I
controllables.
would tell you a little funny story.
Yeah.
So at my shop, I do this thing when you talk about condoms. I do condoms for kids. So kids that are like 12 cups, 13 to like 18, I give them condoms because you don't know. what's
You never
going
know,
on.
yeah.
Parents be mad at me, whatever. But little do parents know these kids be confiding in me and they be doing the booty. So I be making sure they got their condoms or whatever. But
Right.
this little kid, he like 7 and he fly little dude. So I'm like, yo, man, what's going on at school? He's like, man, these girls, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, what
7.
you mean these girls? He was like, man, she all on me. I said, what, you don't like her? He was like, man, she got a disease. I said, a disease? I said, what's wrong with her? He said, she got diabetes.
A little girl with
Bruh. So I had to tell him
My
what
boy
diabetes
stressing.
was
Right.
because he ain't know what
Stressing at
diabetes
7.
was.
Right.
But
That's
he
funny.
was like, man, she got a disease. She's sick. So I had to explain to him what diabetes
Bro
was.
said,
It
I'm not
was
trying
so
to catch
funny,
that,
bro.
man.
So it was hilarious, bro. I was dying, man. But yeah, the kids, the condoms, and men's health is all serious stuff.
all serious.
Yeah, make men's health cool.
We're gonna do it. So what's the biggest barrier holding people back right now, and how can men actively address that? We're gonna wrap up on this one. We got two more things. I want to close out our conversation with what's the biggest thing holding men back right now, and how can we address it?
Each other.
Elaborate.
I think like the circle you're around,
Okay. Yes.
meaning each other. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you could be around a bunch of dudes that they're your friends, but they don't think like you. Mm-hmm. So when you be like, hey man, I just got my colonoscopy, I'm good. They be like, bro, you great? What is that?
Right.
So that's not a good area, probably group of people to be around to talk about like that type of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I think it all depends on the people you hang around. If you hang around a bunch of people that are not knowledgeable, they don't seek knowledge, they're not trying to improve themselves, they're not self-aware, you're going to get negative connotation, you get negative thought from them, from whatever you say.
Yeah.
So I think you have to surround yourself with people that, and I always tell people, like, you know who's a good person to be around. You just choose not to hang around them. So you got to be around other people that could enlighten you or that could help you if you have any questions or anything like that to get the answer to, instead of being around the people where you're kind of like the smartest person around.
Right.
So yeah, I think pretty much that.
I think the world has turned from social groups and who you're around to where it's not really men that hang with a lot of other men. Men that hang with a lot of other men are still kids. You know what I'm saying? So a lot right now is men with their families. I think what's really holding us back is the ignorant, competitive nature amongst each other and social media.
Okay.
To where it's like you could see somebody doing good and it's easier to congratulate or collaborate, and there's more hate and down talk, or you know what I'm saying, or you're shy away from it because you didn't come up with the idea or whatever, or it's just like I said, social media right now is so powerful to where it could elevate you,
Right.
or it could de-escalate you.
Yes.
And it goes either way. It's a pendulum. It happens so quick. And it's like that's, I think, what's holding us back. Like I always say, COVID was a blessing. Like I love COVID. It was the first time I was ever able to not work and nobody else was working, and I didn't feel that like I felt like, okay, nobody working. I'm kind of cool. I could do this.
I was
so
at
it was
work.
cool. I mean, that's your prerogative, but I was able to sit home and eat each meal with my family. We finished Netflix together. Like, it was cool. So I think, what do I call it? The internet apocalypse. That needs to happen.
I don't know.
I'm telling you. If we could shut down, even if they give us a little 40 days of no internet and we got to go back to analog, it could.
You missed the good old days, basically. You're talking about the days when we couldn't see everything that everybody is doing.
Right.
Because now you're going to challenge the brain. You're going to challenge the man to lead. You're going to challenge the man to go get food. It's not like I see fathers, man, they kids running and banging their head and stabbing themselves in the head with a knife, and they like this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You see fathers where their wife is delivering a baby or their girlfriend delivering a baby, and they bringing PlayStations to the hospital room.
Wow.
It's taking over, man.
Right.
The weakness right now is the disattachment from reality and social media and the competitive nature amongst each other that's not right. Because, like, Zoe could competitively challenge me. Like he said, what's your vert? That's competitive. We can do that, but man, fuck him. We got a 42-inch, man. Fuck him, man. This nigga taking roids at home, shit like that. That's where it will go.
Right.
It'll go there. He eating these power sunflower seeds. Man. You know what I'm saying? It'll instantly change the narrative of a positive. Instead of saying, man, he got hops. He'll bang on you. It'll turn into something else. So I think that's what it is.
Champ.
Y'all may call me corny for this, man, but I, just with me being so indulged in the social determinants of health, a lot of it is still systemic. A lot of it is still systemic. I wouldn't want to ignore that, but I wouldn't want to use that as a cop-out neither, right? Because there's a space with men, whether we black men or men in general, just historically across all continents, men has always led the charge. So I know there's something in us that we can, use to be able to be using our autonomy to bring forth change that we want to see. But when we talk about black men in particular, just knowing the results of these systemic barriers and the consequences they have generationally, it's kind of hard to be like, yo, that system is real. But I don't want to say that's a barrier till we can't grow. but we can't ignore it, right? So it's kind of difficult to answer that because I'm no different than a lot of brothers I done came across. Only difference is I'm just was blessed to be able to articulate myself because I had a different space for that. Some of my friends didn't because they households was different.
Right.
And that spoke to the determinants of health. So had they had, I apologize, had they had a different space or a different opportunity to find themselves like I did, who was to say? Like, you know what I mean? So aside from the systemic barriers, it's just about being reflective and accountable. That's the most I can say. What's holding us back is probably the inability to be consistently, intentionally reflective and accountable. Other than that, I won't count out the systemic barriers at all.
I love it. All right, so the way we end every show recently is we have this segment called "Speak Life into a Brother." I told you ahead of the show, you're gonna get it live. So basically, you, Anthony, you're gonna speak life into Champ, and Champ is gonna speak life into you. We're gonna let Champ go first because he's had some time to think about it. You give you a couple minutes while he's going. You could think about what you'll say to him. Ultimately, we do this though because a lot of times men are in our community and nobody ever speaks life into them, and so we want to at least on our show be able to provide light for the men that are here. And so, Champ, the floor is yours.
All right, brother Ant. Like I hinted earlier before, man. I knew Ant since I was like 14, man. When he came to the barbershop on Simpson Avenue at the time, and from day one, bro, just always was like a big brother to us, especially me, because I was like, one of his clients to say. But bro, always he set a foundation, a great example of what it looks like to not intentionally want to be impactful, but be impactful, right? The conversations of creating that safe space and just having an area of someone being able to break down a problem that's the world to you and this big, but they help you breaking it down to the smallest decimal to get through it. And had you not been there for some of them conversations to revalidate that I do feel a little different, that's cool. It's a possibility. I probably want to be right here because haircuts ain't fast, bro. You sitting there for a minute,
Right?
And we talking about real life conversations, man. So for me, knowing how you were then and seeing you now, I over applaud because I remember you, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? And one thing I always admired was you never spoke down to nobody. You never made nobody feel small. And you always kept yourself in a way like any other young dude, like, man, I want to get like home when I get older, right? You know what I'm saying? But he didn't just keep it as looks or being fly. Home really elevated, and he really took himself to another level. I'm like, if I was following in any way, I'm happy I am because I'm seeing where potentially I can end up, and that's not a bad place.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I over appreciate my personal experience with you. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of young dudes that's gonna have my story, like how you were with me, but for their own personal journey with you, bro. So you doing a lot of the work that what you want to say earlier, community leaders, community activists do.
Yeah.
You doing the same work, bro, and I appreciate it.
Nice.
Appreciate that. It's gonna be easy, man, for me, cause like I said, I have prior history with you. I seen what you are seeing in yourself before you seen it. So for me, it's easy to say, keep doing what you're doing, keep leading how you leading.
Yes.
Because I seen the impact that you had, even though you were younger in your group, you were the leader. You just didn't know it, and that's good because you had to fill the shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's like you had a crisp pair of Jordans as a size 12. You wasn't trying to wear them right then and there. You waited until you could fit them, and now you rocking them good. That's the analogy I could use. And although you helped and you continue to help a lot of people, you're not done. So, you know what I'm saying? Your finish line is so much further away, and that's no malice to you because there's work to still be done. But at the end of the day, the work that you have done thus far is more than enough, man. And I hope more people grasp to who you are. And I want you to tell your story. You educated, you young, and you black. Don't shy away from that other side of the track. Tell that story because that will pull these young people in. They got to know that you was on the bullshit at one time. They got to know that you seen some stuff. They got to know that your friends died in front of you. They got to know that you handled, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to put your business out there. They got to know that. And it's not to glorify it. It's to let them know we all have a common ground. So when I seen what I seen in you when you was younger was to veer you away from it. So you, when that fork in the road was going to happen, which I knew it would, you took the right path. And here you are. So the life that I can only speak into you is not gonna be enough because there's so much more that you're gonna do, bro. I
Love it.
appreciate who you are now.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, before we go, anything you want to shout out, anything you got going on, Champ, that's coming up that you want to give to the people, let them know about?
Sure. Once again, thank y'all for the invitation, man. This was beautiful. Shout out to what y'all doing, man.
No doubt.
And like we spoke earlier, man, just trying to push this Social Determinants of Hartford book. It's 5 chapters, all aligned with the domains of the social determinants of health, speaking to the city. I got a few historical references in there, some experiences, some facts, photos through all 13 neighborhoods of the city that I took on my camera. So it's beyond a passion project. I definitely want this to be in a home of residence, but more so I want to see this book jump to college, universities, and open up doors to have a different opportunity, not just for myself, but, you know, all young brothers that's coming up that may not. I don't have a college degree, and I never wanted that to be a barrier, and I always told myself if I make it far, I want to do it in a way where young brothers that don't have a degree don't feel like they can't still be impactful. So
I love it. I love
And I'll
it.
give it. You got hard copies of your book?
He's still working on it. He's about to get it done.
Yeah,
That's the website right there.
He will.
So when
Yeah.
you get it done, before you get it done, because you got the monologue, you got everything done, I'm gonna give you some advice. Go to a studio. I could give you a studio. Do your own audio book. Read your book out loud. Put it on Apple Music.
Yep.
That's the easiest way to get it out. Sell it for $1 just to start until you get the hard copy.
Game.
Just go to a studio, pay for 2 hours of of record time. Record your book audio-wise so your emphasis are there, your voice is there, your passion is there. Drop it on Apple Music with the same title and cover art as your book, so that way you forcing yourself to make your physical copy. Because my wife is writing a book. She had a book but the process to get things approved and all of that, it's very hard to drop a book. But you could do it audio and drop it on Apple Music so easy.
All right, and what you got going on?
All right, man. I appreciate the invitation. Sorry I couldn't make it the first time, man. What you're doing is awesome. I appreciate it. Right now, I have a liquor store for sale. It's called The Wine Room. It's at 33 East Main Street in Avon, Connecticut. If anybody would like to buy a liquor store, it is for sale. It's not because it's a bad business. I just, as an entrepreneur, I dove in. I thought it was going to be a win for me, but it's a business that you gotta drink. I don't drink.
Right.
I just did it just to add to my portfolio. So if anybody want to buy a liquor store, man, reach out. You can reach me on any social media platform, Jaws Barbershop, The Wine Room, Avon, on any platform. And then, come check me out at the shop. Manchester location is 149 West Middle Turnpike, Manchester, Connecticut, or West Hartford is 5 Oakwood Avenue.
The wine shop has had some good times in there, though. If he has one, it's
I'ma
open.
keep 'em going.
His open mics are great. They give you alcohol-free drinks if you want. I go there. He forces me to do poetry, but ultimately, it's a good place to hang out at least once a month.
Listen, we bought the liquor store as to add to the portfolio. I changed the environment to where it is an event space as well. It's doubled as an event space. We have a bar downstairs. We have a wine room. It's a beautiful establishment. Not saying I don't want to keep it, but if I could sell it and get out, I will. But if I have to keep it, I'm just going to keep pushing. We're going to do comedy shows. We're going to do poetry events. You can rent the space and do whatever you want to do in the space. If you do a book signing or a book release, you're more than welcome to do it there for free. I got you. But it is something that I am trying to offload on the portfolio and just focus on the barbershops.
Yeah. So what you got?
Oh man, Hartford Legend series.
Hartford Legends.
Docs coming out. A bunch of docs coming out. Hit the bunch of docs coming out. That's a bunch of fucking docs.
You cursing? You made him
He
curse.
made me swear. He made me swear.
You got to make it real,
the
man.
power
Yo,
of impact.
Yo,
God,
we got this Saturday. I'm challenging all of you guys. You'll probably be working
I'll be
Saturday.
there Saturday.
But this Saturday we got our men's health strength circuit at 1:00. Come through. It's an hour workout. I do the workout. It's easy. That means if I could do it, everybody could do it.
Where's that?
It's at 52
What
Main
time?
Street in
What time is
Manchester.
it at?
52 Main Street in Manchester. So if you close your shop early on Saturday, come through and work out with us. Easy peasy, 1 hour. On the 21st of May, we have our next Brotherhood check-in. This is just inviting brothers to come together. I think I might even provide dinner again. I'm gonna provide dinner, and basically we're just gonna have a conversation about what's going on. Actually, this month we're gonna be having a specific conversation. As we all know, in recent weeks, we've had a number of men who have killed their significant others and then killed themselves. They actually had one in Hartford that happened. So we're gonna have some social workers there. We're not gonna talk about that specifically, but we're gonna talk about some of the things that kind of surround it, and also be able to try to open up a doorway for men to have some support so that they don't get to that place where they're hurting themselves and hurting others. And of course, we have our men's health and wellness weekend, June 26th to 29th. We only have 5 more slots available. We are trying to get sponsorship for 5 young men who would like to come. And so if you are somebody with deep pockets that would like to support a young man to go to the Men's Health and Wellness weekend in Jay Peak, Vermont, transportation, room, food, all included, please hit us up and let us know about that.
What's the donation?
Well, we're charging $250 for people to come, but it actually costs about $1,000 to actually have somebody really go. And so, but $250, if you could donate $250 for one of these young men, we'll take it. If you want to be somebody that really sponsors, throw us $1,000 or something like that, man. Help these young men, help us to be able to provide a full weekend for the men that are coming. And, I mean, it's going to be a great weekend. We have morning hikes sponsored by Dr. Kevin Booker. We're going to have workshops, some really good workshops. But mostly we want men to be able to rest, to recharge, to reset, and get themselves ready to come back. Jay Peak is awesome. We got a water park up there. It's a very calm place. Join us. Either get one of the spots for yourself or sponsor a young man. All right. This has been the Manhood Tree Podcast. My name is Abdul Rahman bin Muhammad. This is Alonzo Lee Beckett. We got Anthony Williams, and we got Champ Jones. We are out of here, people. We'll be back next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. sharp. Don't miss it.
Ow! We're out of here.